Sammy Duet. I play guitar for a band called Goatwhore, and we'll be coming to Australia very soon with our good friends at Eyehategod with the I think it's called Turn the Troubled Tables tour.
Mhm. It is indeed.
And yeah, so yeah, there we go.
Beautiful. Sammy, thanks for joining us today, brother.
Yeah, man.
So, as you say, Goatwhore will hit Australia soon for a run of dates with I Hate God, starting in Perth on July the 23rd, then going to Adelaide, Melbourne, and Sydney before finishing in Brisbane on July 28th. Like, it's not long ago now, mate. Are you packed and ready to go? Are you that sort of person?
Uh, no, I usually pack it the last fucking minute.
And after all your years of traveling and touring, bro, like, what have you figured out that are essential items to take with you on tour that you probably wouldn't take anywhere else?
Oh man, that's a very good question. Uh, I don't know. That's a good question because I normally forget something that that's very important. So yeah, the shit that I take that I normally wouldn't take anywhere else. Probably way too much underwear.
You can never have too much underwear. Now, I hope my research is correct here, bro. But from what I can see, your last visit to Australia was with Psycroptic in 2015. Is that right?
That's right. Yes, it is.
Yeah. So, what's changed with our Goatwhore between then and now?
We put out a couple of records. That's changed. Not much else. I got a lot more gray in my beard now since the last time I was in Australia. So it's about it, man.
Yeah. And what do you like so much about touring Australia? Is there anything special about the place?
For some reason I just like the people there, man. I could just relate to them. I guess being from Louisiana, we're definitely a different type of folk than you would find like in California or New York. You know what I'm saying? And I think, the type of people that we are have a lot of common to the way that people are in Australia. So I think, we share the same mind frame, so to speak, in a way.
Yeah, well, I'm picking that up already, brother. So, for those out here that might not have seen a Goatwhore live show before, mate, give us a rundown on what to expect.
Lots of loud, satanic heavy metal.
Oh, yeah. And how involved do you like your crowd to get in your shows, mate? Like, do you want them to get down and get dirty with you? Do you like them to just sit there and watch you and sing along? Like, what's your idea of a
Now,
crowd?
I like them to do whatever they feel like doing. If they feel like getting wild and getting crazy, get wild and crazy. If you feel like sitting back and watching and just observing, that's cool too, man. You know, just whenever Satan takes hold of your soul and makes you want to do it.
Well, you've probably been asked this question 1,000 times before, mate, but I don't think you would have been asked by someone who's got an actual genuine interest in it, like I have, mate. Like, I've got to know where'd the name Goatwhore come from? Like, we was getting frisky in a paddock one day. Did you read the wrong book?
Um, it's a combination of those things, actually. um, Well, we as you, I don't know if you're familiar with a lot of the material that we mess with Goatwhore. It's very occult based. So we're reading a lot of Aleister Crowley stuff at a point, and we came across this ritual that's not really it's not really a popularized ritual, but it's one that's kind of, if you know the right people, they can get you the right information type ritual. And it involved a woman with a lot of men having a lot of sex. And at the end of the ritual, the woman had to have sex with a goat. So, hence, she was a goat whore. And what really nailed the name into the coffin was we were at a strip club with a very wild friend of ours. And at the time, we were kicking around the name. We are like, we name the band Goat Whore, shouldn't we? So we are hanging out with our friend, and we were at a strip club. And the stripper comes out. She was not a very attractive looking stripper. She had a long horse face. She had the pigtails. And she comes up and she starts shaking her ass in front of my friend, trying to get some money. And he just looks at her and goes, "Why don't you just get away from me, you goat whore?" And from then on, I was like, that is definitely the name. Yes.
Fantastic. I'm glad the story lived up to what I had in my imagination, mate. That's perfect. Now, going back in history a bit, bro, like you founded Goatwhore back in 1997, mate. So, what was the musical climate like that gave birth to the band, and where did you fit in the scheme of music?
Well, the climate back then, it was pretty good. There wasn't a whole lot of bands at the time doing what we do. You know, at the time, I want to remember it was a very, it was a more of a death metal dominated scene back then. And when we started doing this, is that that's when the whole black metal thing slowly started creeping in. You know, so at the time we were just trying to be as intense as possible with what we had. And yeah, that was it. The musical climate was, we came out and a lot of people didn't understand it at first, as far as, and that period of time there wasn't a lot of American black metal bands. So that was another thing that kind of confused a lot of people, because of course the Norwegians, well, actually, the Norwegians kind of dominated it. I'm not saying it started in Norway, but the Norwegian black metal scene kind of dominated the whole thing. But that's basically what happened. We were real big fans of that kind of stuff, and we figured why not? You know.
Yeah. Now, I fucking hate putting labels on bands, mate, but it's essentially you guys are an extreme metal band, but you infuse elements of death metal. There's black metal, thrash, sludge. It all comes into devastating effect, mate. But how difficult is it for you to bring all of those together to create the Goatwhore sound? Like, is it a hard amalgamation?
Not really. It kind of comes naturally because we like all those genres of music. That's why we take influences, and it's not like we purposely try to do it. It just happens. You know, our motto is when we're writing music is whatever sounds good, use it. No matter what type of extreme metal it is. Where I know at first, the first couple of records were very black metal influence, but the later records as we went on, we just kind of were like, let's just write what feels right, you know.
Yeah, cool. Now, you guys have been a band for over 25 years now, mate, and what's the best way to put this? Like, the world is increasingly becoming more sanitized, and it's just you can't do this, you can't do that for fear of offending people, all that shit. But how do you guys go with your music as the world gets more sanitized? Like, do you find that people are expecting you to tone down too, or do you expect you to change your approach?
No, if anything, we'll get more abrasive. You know, that's
Excellent.
that's always been the number one goal. I mean, we don't really worry about quote being canceled for whatever reason. If somebody gets mad because of the name offends them, good. That's why we named the band that way, to offend you. Go fuck yourself.
Fucking love it. And your last album, Angels Hung from the Arches of Heaven, came out in 2022, mate. So have you started working on new material yet?
Oh yeah. Oh yes. Yes, we're way deep into that right now. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, what can you tell us about it, mate? Can you reveal anything, or is it in the top secret shelf?
It's still in the infantile stages, so I hate to give the cat, let the cat out of the bag before the cat's even born. You know what I'm saying?
Very cool. But any chance you'll have anything new, any of the new ones to play for us when you get over here?
Oh no, no, no. Being that we haven't been there since 2015, we're two albums behind you guys.
Yeah,
So
true.
we have to catch you guys up with those last two records live. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'll give you that, mate. I won't push you any further. All right, Samuel, thanks for your time, bro. It's been a pleasure speaking with you. Goatwhore are in Australia with Eyehategod from July 23rd for shows in Perth, Adelaide, Melbourne, Sydney, and Brisbane. Still a few tickets left, I believe. So grab yourself one or miss the fuck out.
Yeah, we're coming. We're coming. You know where we're gonna be, motherfuckers. Come see us.